opportunities and experiences, setting them apart from those who cling to the known. Inspired by bold visions and restless hearts, Flinders is making a difference, leading the way, pushing beyond the familiar to achieve the extraordinary.
My name is Jason. Welcome to Adelaide Convention Center. That's the place where Flinders University were doing their graduation for the 2017 December graduation.
Carolyn, Adelaide, Omenda.
And don't forget, I'm joined here by Carolyn. She did very well. Bachelor's in Nursing.
Hello everyone, it's me Carolyn.
Okay, I'm joined here by Carolyn. Carolyn, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
And it has obviously been a long journey for you to get this degree.
Sure.
What do you have to say today?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to God. It's been a long journey. It's been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of challenges. But today, oh yeah, I've made it so much.
And obviously, there are people who could not come here today.
Yeah.
Mother and parents, can you just say something to them? They supported you.
Yeah, I just want to say my mom back home, my siblings, everyone, thank you so much. It's been a long journey, but today, as you can see, I'm very qualified and I've made it today.
Can you really say the same appreciation message in your language?
Saenda lodito iseri tojoyola, inoare jina, erukamano jasayo wetinari.
Most people in your region, they speak Swahili. They want this message in Swahili.
Sema nimeshukuru sana wazazi nyumbani, nimeshukuru kila mtu. Ninawapenda sana. It's been a long journey, lakini nimeshukuru kwa vile Mungu ameniwezesha leo. Nimefika leo na nimegraduate, kwa hivyo tushukuru Mungu. Na Mungu awalinde until I come home.
And obviously, you've got your best friend, she's here with us, Tracy. She would like to say something. Tracy, can you come and join us?
Of course, Carolyn, I'm so proud of her. I'm so excited for you. She has worked so hard for this, and she deserves it so much. What a bright future she's going to have.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tracy, for taking me through this. She has just taken the time, the whole day to be with me. I really appreciate this.
I was very excited.
And on Saturday, I'm having a party, and
I will be there.
invite everyone. They are available to come and enjoy and have a very good celebration.
Pleasure of being your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. It is also my honour to welcome you here to this Flinders University graduation, on which we are gathered on Kaurna land and pay respects to their elders past and present. Today is an important occasion where we recognise and celebrate the efforts of those graduates before us. Theirs is a remarkable achievement, of which you as parents, family and friends and colleagues can be justifiably proud. We trust that today's ceremony will be seamless, but should there be a need to exit the building, please find your closest exit, signed with the green exit signs. Should you need to find the comfort facilities via the foyer, they're just via the foyer out here. And now, please enjoy a short video presentation.
One of the world's greatest explorers, Matthew Flinders, is more than our namesake. His legacy lives on in who we are today. This spirit of adventure drives us forward as we set course for new horizons, exploring the unknown and unimagined. curiosity is our compass, and ambition our companion. On an endless journey of discovery, we leave in our wake a better world, one shaped by past wisdom, new knowledge, and greater understanding. Those who join us on this journey are rewarded with rich new opportunities and experiences, setting them apart from those who cling to the known. Inspired by bold visions and restless hearts, Flinders is making a difference, leading the way, pushing beyond the familiar to achieve the extraordinary.
I now invite you all to stand for the academic procession, and then please remain standing for the Australian National Anthem sung by Lindsay Pradale.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Chancellor, Mr. Stephen Gerlach AM, Vice Chancellor, Professor Colin Sterling, Deputy Vice Chancellor Students, Professor Claire Pollock, Vice President and Executive Dean, Professor Alison Kitson, Acting Vice President and Executive Dean, Professor Kevin Forsyth, members of university staff, graduates and guests. Flinders University's Chancellor, Mr. Stephen Gerlach AM, is a law graduate from the University of Adelaide and an eminent South Australian company director. Mr. Gerlach has been Chancellor of Flinders University since 2010, and in 2016 he was awarded a Member of the Order of Australia for his service to the community. I invite Mr. Gerlach to formally open today's proceedings.
Good afternoon to you all. I acknowledge Vice-Chancellor Professor Colin Sterling, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Students Professor Claire Pollock, Vice-President and Executive Dean, College of Nursing and Health Sciences, Professor Alison Kitson, Acting Vice-President and Executive Dean of the College of Medicine and Public Health, Professor Kevin Forsyth, Associate Professor Letha Smith, the Dean of Education at the College of Medicine and Public Health, members of university staff, graduates and guests. On behalf of Flinders University, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this special graduation ceremony this afternoon for graduates from the College of Medicine and Public Health and the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the fact that we meet here today on the traditional lands of the Kaurna people and pay respect to Kaurna elders past and present. I have had both the opportunity and the good fortune of participating in numerous graduation ceremonies for Flinders University students since 2010. There has not been a graduation ceremony yet where I did not experience a great feeling of pride as our graduates received their parchments and their smiles reflected the significance of their achievement and the hope of their imagined future now one step nearer. Today represents a milestone in the lives of our graduates and a launching pad for their future careers and life journeys. To all of our graduates here today, I say thank you for the special role you have played in the developing history of Flinders University, and congratulations for earning your qualification and staying the course in an increasingly competitive and disruptive world. I have no doubt that armed with your new degree, you will make a lasting difference to your chosen profession and the wider world. Recognition must also go to your families and friends who have supported you on your educational journey, who empowered you to seek a tertiary education, and who celebrated each of your achievements along the way. And if you do not have such a network of support, and certainly if you have had significant obstacles to overcome in order to be here today, then your graduation is a shining example of the power of tenacity and ambition, for which I sincerely commend you. Not everyone's path is an easy one, and the university is proud of your determination and desire for knowledge, both of which underpin the very ethos of this institution. I hope that you take with you cherished memories of your time here at Flinders University, and that these memories include the historic development of our award-winning student hub and plaza and the 50th anniversary celebrations that inspired its creation. You are now part of a 90,000 strong community of alumni who chose Flinders University to pursue their dreams. You have also been trained and mentored in a teaching and learning environment that has earned Flinders a place in the top 2% of universities around the world. Flinders is delighted to be ranked as a 5-star university for student-teacher ratio, learning resources and skills development, as determined by the Good Universities Guide of 2018. This puts us in the top 20% of Australian universities in these crucial categories. All of these strengths give you, our graduates, a vital key point of differentiation in the world as you navigate the workplace both here and overseas. Flinders University is immensely proud of the role it has played in your accomplishments and those of our former graduates, as well as our expert staff. But of course you don't have to be a maverick to change the world. Sometimes slow and steady wins the race. Transformation and innovation and entrepreneurship in any field are often born of patience, persistence and an unwavering belief in oneself. We hope that we have instilled in you the values of resilience, dedication and self-belief, as well as the ability to shine brightly. Sometimes working in less visible ways is an effective way to build bridges and support happy, sustainable communities. One thing that really matters is the quest for answers and the desire to have a positive impact on the world around us. You are now venturing forth into areas that are critical to our future growth, prosperity and sustainability. And I can only wonder what your careers will look like in 10, 20 and 30 years' time. What I am sure of is that you and the Flinders graduates who have come before you will be instrumental in our shift towards a more innovative, inspired, creative and just world. Higher education is not just about imparting bodies of knowledge, but giving us the ability to think in new and critical ways. As you leave Flinders today and claim the next chapter of your lives, I hope you will be constantly curious about the world around you. I also hope that you will be courageous in the face of tough decisions. Importantly, I hope that you share your knowledge wholeheartedly with those who seek to collaborate with you. And I hope you are always inspired to make the world a better place. In the words of our namesake, the intrepid Captain Matthew Flinders, where he said, "I have too much ambition to rest in the unnoticed middle order of humankind. And since neither birth nor fortune have favoured me, my actions shall speak to the world." Thank you, and once again, good luck to you all.
Thank you, Mr. Gerlach, for overseeing today's proceedings and for your continued contribution to Flinders as our Chancellor for the past 7 years. I would now like to introduce Associate Professor Lisa Schmidt, our guest speaker. Associate Professor Lisa Schmidt is Dean of Education for the College of Medicine and Public Health at Flinders University, providing strategic leadership of the college's educational activities and the experience of its students. Lisa first completed her first Bachelor of Science degree in Physics and Mathematics at the University of Adelaide, before she decided she actually wanted to be a biologist, and completed a second science degree at Flinders University. Having found her calling, she continued to do a PhD in cancer research and further study in education at Flinders. She is also a graduate of the Australian Institute of Company Directors. While working in academic development, Lisa focused on assessment and curriculum, especially in the sciences. Her current role sees her providing collaborative leadership for the medical degree in the area of teaching and learning, as well as maintaining her education and science-related activities. Lisa's commitment to teaching has been formally acknowledged at Flinders by the Executive Dean's Teaching Excellence Award in 2009 and as a member of Flinders College of Distinguished Educators. I invite Associate Professor Schmidt to deliver the occasional address to our graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates and their families and friends. I would like to share with you a sort of Flinders Christmas carol of past, present and future. Around Christmas 1946, in the bombed-out wreckage of Europe, a baby boy was born in a displaced persons camp. That's what they used to call refugee camps. Sadly, the names have changed, but the camps haven't. The future for that child was a strange mix of bleakness and hope. Peace had come, but so had Soviet occupation. Peace had come, and there was mass starvation. Peace had come, but they had no home. Jumping ahead to Australia in the 1970s, and in his 30s with a wife, a full-time job and a small child, that would be me, that boy, my father, came to Flinders and finally got the chance to get a degree. Flinders was radical at the time for offering things like alternative entrance pathways, part-time study and evening classes, but it had a vision of social justice which it holds on to this day. A vision of a world in which a disadvantaged start in life should not predict the middle or the end. A world in which the opportunity and assistance we give someone now can improve lives for generations to come. This is a gift to you of Flinders past and your gift to give the future. So on this present day, as you graduate, let me say, on behalf of my dad, me and the other Flinders alumni, welcome to the family. The Flinders family of alumni. You haven't met most of them, but you share something profound with them. You share a place where you grew, where you arrived as one person and left transformed, knowing things that you didn't know before, seeing the world in a different way. You may find yourself sitting next to a stranger one day in a random location, strike up a conversation with them, and find out that you both went to Flinders and instant connection. They know where you're coming from, and you know where they're coming from. You can share an inside language and use words like the lake, stir, the tunnel, flow, and understand what each other means. So please stay in touch and go out there and find all your long-lost cousins. There are 97,000 alumni located in over 115 countries around the world, so you can't miss them. And what of the future? I wish for you a life of privilege, the privilege of service. It is surprisingly difficult to serve others. Accepting help involves being vulnerable and relinquishing control. These are really scary things to do, and humans don't like doing them. Just think of all the times you wanted to help someone and they blocked you. The times you reached out a hand to someone and they shrugged it off. Now many of you are graduating into health professions. Medicine, nursing, OT, paramedics, mental health, etc. You'll hear the full list soon. You will have extraordinary access to people accepting of the help you offer. People at their most vulnerable, actually accepting of the service you have to give. This is your privilege, the privilege of service. I wish you and those you serve well. I would especially like to speak to the PhD and other research graduates of their future. There are a lot of futurists about, and apparently the robots are about to free us all up from the routine tasks so we can focus on our humanity. Actually, we don't know what the future looks like, only that it will be very different. But you are more equipped for it than you may realise. As you cross the stage and your abstracts are read out, many here will rightly be impressed by the depth of knowledge you have in your field. What is less visible is the willingness and skill you have acquired and shown, not just to tolerate the unknown, but to thrive on. That is what researchers do. They leave behind certainty and wander about, often lost but occasionally illuminated, in the unknown. So your openness, tolerance for uncertainty, and willingness to explore, to experiment bravely, stand you in perfect stead for whatever the future may be. To all graduates, most of all, your future is assured by those around you. The people of the past who made you who you are, and Flinders what it is, and got you to this point. the people dear to you here with you here today in body or spirit, the colleagues around you, some of whom you know, and others whom you are yet to meet, but will come to rely on, and the community you go out in service to. In peace and hope, best wishes to you all.
Thank you, Associate Professor Schmidt, for your inspiring words. Chancellor, I now invite Professor Alison Kitson, Vice President and Executive Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, and Professor Kevin Forsyth, Acting Vice President and Executive Dean of the College of Medicine and Public Health, to present to you the candidates.
Chancellor. Professor Forsyth and I present to you the candidates, both attending and in their absence, as listed in the printed programme, who have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for admission to the degrees or awards of certificates or diplomas from health sciences, medicine, nursing and public health.
In the name of the university, I admit to the degree or award the certificate or diploma for which he or she has fulfilled the prescribed conditions, each candidate as he or she is presented to me by Professor Kitson and Professor Forsyth, for whose names are listed in the printed programme.
Carolyn, Omenda.
Flinders University is very proud of all its graduates today. Congratulations to you all, and I'd like all of you to applaud our graduates. I'd like to now ask our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Colin Sterling, to the lectern to deliver the closing address. Thank you, Vice-Chancellor.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Chancellor, colleagues, I promise not to keep you very much longer from the celebrations with your loved ones. It is, though, my privilege to address our now graduates of Flinders University. And I extend to you, of course, my sincerest congratulations. The degree certificate that you've received today is, of course, your very own personal achievement, and it's one of which you should be very justly proud. You, of course, did all the work, but you didn't do it alone. You did it with the support of many of your friends and your families. And of course, some of them are here today, sitting behind you. Ladies and gentlemen, families and friends of our graduates, I know that you're sitting there today brimming with pride at the achievements of your loved ones. Many of you are here, of course, as parents or carers, some perhaps to see a grandchild graduate, perhaps a sibling, a parent, a partner, or a friend. Whatever your relationship, you've shared their journey, enjoyed every little success along the way, and supported them through the various challenges they faced. And so, on behalf of the university, I'd like to thank you all for your support that you've provided and the sacrifices you've made that have helped our students become graduates today. Graduates, I'd like to invite you to stand. Please put those certificates on the chairs behind you. Try not to lose them. You've worked hard for them. But I'd like you to join me in thanking your families and friends. So please turn to your families and friends and give them a rousing round of applause. Please be seated and don't forget those certificates. Now, of course, the currency of your degree is greatly enhanced by the reputation of your university, which is ranked by world standards for its research and teaching excellence. Last year, in our 50th anniversary year, we were ranked 46th in the world of young universities. Over 90% of the research at our university is judged by the Excellence in Research Australia exercise to be world-class or above. And in the most recent National Health and Medical Research Council grant awards, Flinders University was ranked 9th in the country for the volume of research monies won. Flinders is also a truly international university, and we've reached out to the world, now teaching courses in China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and forging relationships that can enrich and support your career. Thanks to Flinders' success in the latest round of New Colombo Mobility funding, more than 200 Flinders University students will soon be heading across the Indo-Pacific to have life-changing study experiences at any one of over 80 partner universities. You've also, in your time here, had the benefit of working with outstanding and dedicated staff during your journey. I'm joined on stage today by members of our staff, academics, and members of our professional staff. They represent a larger number of staff and a larger group of staff who over the years have taught you or provided the services that have supported you through your studies. Their hard work and their dedication has enabled you to succeed to the very best of your abilities. And so please, everyone present, join me in thanking these staff for their efforts. So graduates, you've had a long educational journey with us. It's almost at an end, but of course, this is an end only of one chapter and the beginning of the next chapter in your life. But I hope the time that you've spent at Flinders has prepared you for that next chapter. You've gained knowledge and you've learned new ways to view the world. Throughout your degree, you've no doubt learned many, many facts. I'm sure many, many facts. In fact, I think Einstein it was who once said that an education is what remains once what you've learned has been forgotten. And some of those facts may have slipped already, but I'm sure you'll recover them soon. But remember, of course, facts and information are not an education. Those facts are now available to you at a touch of a button on a myriad of devices. So facts alone are not an education. Facts inform the mind, but an education transforms the mind. It changes the way that you view the world. It changes your understanding of those facts. Or, as Oliver Wendell Holmes once put it, a mind once stretched by a new idea never regains its original dimensions. You view the world through a different lens. You've all shown that you're comfortable with certainty, but through your education you've become comfortable with uncertainty. You've learned to become critical thinkers, and you can distinguish between the known and the uncertain. Most importantly, you've developed the ability and the skills to ask new questions, to tackle the unknown, to tackle new problems. Now, these are skills that you will no doubt use throughout your careers, but they're also skills that you will use throughout your life to navigate the inevitable obstacles that you will face along the way. So, today you join a huge population now of alumni of Flinders University spread around the globe. I do hope that you will make use of our Alumni Association to remain in contact with us at the university, but also to remain in contact with your friends, your peers and your colleagues. And so, on behalf of the university, I congratulate all of you once again on your excellent academic achievements, and I wish you every success in the future. Thank you.
Sema nimeshukuru sana wazazi nyumbani, nimeshukuru kila mtu. Ninawapenda sana. It's been a long journey, lakini nimeshukuru kwa vile Mungu ameniwezesha leo. Nimefika leo na nimegraduate, kwa hivyo tushukuru Mungu na Mungu awalinde until I come home.
Carolyn, I'm so proud of her. I'm so excited for you. She had worked so hard for this, and she deserves it so much. What a bright future you're going to have.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tracy, for taking me through this. She has just taken the time, the whole day to be with me. I really appreciate this.
I was very excited.
And on Saturday, I'm having a party, and
I will be
I
there.
invite everyone. They are available to come and enjoy and have a very good time.
Nyimba mama Malaika wa holera Mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulai kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Baba mulai ne Baba mulaya kira mama Baba mulaya kira mama Baba mulaya kira mama Umwana mudoro mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Umwana mudoro mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Niolo hununa mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Endolo ni chahola mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Endolo ni chahola mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Inzala iluma mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Inzala iluma mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Inzala iluma mwana mama mulaya kira baba Mama mulaya kira baba Unyaka mwana mama via bulesunga Mama mulaya.
I would like to acknowledge the Deputy Mayor and thanks so much for making this venue available for us. It's my first time to be here. I didn't know the existence of this venue. I know the building, the council building, but I didn't know this one. So it's so nice to be here. And I would like to thank all of you for accepting to come and celebrate and congratulate Carolyn, who she's graduating today.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, I'm Janet Byram and I am the Deputy Mayor of the City of Marion. I just started on the 1st of December. I'm actually a councillor for the southern area of Marion in the Southern Hills area, so that takes in Trott Park, Shido Park, Halloran Hill and right down to Seacombe Road is the area that I have as a councillor. So yes, very sudden that I'm up here in front of you, but welcome to everybody tonight. It's a great night and I look forward to meeting you all, and great to be able to celebrate this great night for Carolyn. And so I welcome you to the City of Marion and Corinda Neighbourhood Centre, and have a good evening.
Okay, thank you so much. That was the Deputy Mayor for the City of Marion, where we are today, and I would like to thank the Mayor also and the Deputy Mayor for giving us this venue to use it for the celebrations. Now, I'll follow the protocol now. I'll get a congratulation message from Dr. Joseph Masika.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And Jason, thanks so much for inviting me to be part of this evening. And it's wonderful to see one of us, Carolyn, who she works very busy in the community with the radio, through Community Radio Adelaide. We understand being a student, you have to do a hard work from the beginning up to the end. And the end is the graduation, which is so good. And thanks for the moral support you've extended to us, or any physical support you've extended to her. And it's so nice again to see all of us being here tonight to celebrate her graduation. And Esther, thanks so much for making yourself to be here tonight. And we are looking forward for your motivation speech. And also we are looking forward to continue supporting you. And always, we are so proud of you. Whenever you need us, please let us be there, and they will support you. It's very unfortunate, my wife, Professor Lillian, couldn't be here this evening. She's has been in Saudi Arabia. She's flying back tonight. So she'll be arriving at Adelaide 8:50. So she'll be missing this, but she's aware of the graduation. She's a professor at Flinders University, where Carolyn also was studying. So she's aware of her completion of her studies. So, Jason, thanks so much, and enjoy the night. Bye.
Let me just inform you guys that you have got some nibbles on your tables. Feel free to do something on them. In 30 minutes, we expect them to be finished, and something else should be coming. So, yeah, whatever is there is from Africa, and African food is not to be left on the table. So let's enjoy some food, and as we wait for the next program. I think you are enjoying your nibbles, eh? You are enjoying mandazi. You are enjoying some simsi. Now, we have come to the point where we now want to welcome the graduates. We want to welcome the graduates. We would like to welcome Carolyn. She's coming from the door there. So let's all stand up and make some noise. Let's stand up and make some noise for Carolyn. Let's make some noise for Carolyn. Let's make some noise. Let's all stand up. Let's all stand up. Let's make some noise. Those who can dance, let's enjoy the dance. Thank you so much. Nice noise. There's noise which is good. This one was good. Okay, so our graduate is here. I'll get this opportunity to get a congratulations speech from Esther Simbi, one of the sisters in the African communities.
Hi everyone. My name is Esther Simbi. I'm originally from South Sudan, and I've been in Australia for 12 years. I came to Australia as a refugee in July 2005, and first of all, I would like to congratulate Carolyn for her graduation. I'm lucky that when I came to Australia, I was able to speak in English and write in English. When I came to Australia, it was not easy, but I was lucky to go to uni, and I went to uni SA, and I studied social work. I have a bachelor degree in social work, and I also went back to uni SA to study a master degree in mediation and conflict resolution. And I know that coming to Australia, especially from a refugee background, or if you're a migrant, especially from Africa, it's hard to pursue higher education, but this country has a lot of opportunities, and if you stand strong, you will be able to achieve what you want. You'll be able to go to university and achieve your higher qualifications, exactly like Carolyn has done and like I have done. Studying with a disability was hard for me, but I didn't let anything slow me down. I had polio when I was 4 years old, and I have lived with pain in my right foot and deformed foot and weak lower back and fatigue. I've lived with that all my life. It's very difficult getting around and getting things done from day to day, but I didn't let that slow me down, and I'm not going to let the giants in my body slow me down. That's why I'm saying, if you're focused, you come here, you left family members back home, you're here in this country, you know the reason why you're here, and don't let other things distract you along the way. For me, I had a lot of reasons to distract me. First of all, the disability to distract me, but I didn't let that distract me, and I'm sure that Carolyn had a lot of other things that could distract her, but she didn't allow those to distract her. And now, as we can see today, she's wearing the graduation gown. So my encouragement to every one of us here, if you're having difficulties going to uni or going to TAFE or other educational programs, please seek help. When I came here, there were negative people around me. I came to Australia with a diploma in social work. I had already studied social work in Uganda. I grew up in Uganda. I came from South Sudan as a 7-year-old, and I grew up in Uganda. I spent 19 years, nearly 20 years in 3 different refugee camps in Uganda. And when I arrived here, people told me that there were other African people who came before me. They came with degrees, others came with PhDs, but they had to start from 0 level, and they said, who do you think you are that you can go to the university? And I said, watch me, I'm going to do it my way, and I did my way, and I was able to join uni. I didn't listen to any negativity around me. If you're living with people around you who are negative, who are always trying to put you down, who are telling you things that you cannot do it, tell them you can do it. Don't let that whisper in your ear that you can't do it. Everyone can do anything. If I can do it, if Carolyn can do it, you can do it. So very much for listening. My encouragement to everybody is that work hard and know why you're here in Australia, and get your qualifications and get a job and be able to support your family members back home. And I came here today with Diana. I'm running for Parliament with the Dignity Party. I did run for Parliament in 2014, but I didn't secure a seat in Parliament. And I'm running again this time in the upper house with Kelly Vincent. Kelly Vincent is already in Parliament, but she's up for the election. And she is running as a number 1 on the ticket. Diana, can you stand and wave? Diana is a number 2 on the ticket, and we have Ryan, who is a number 3 on the ticket, and we have Esther Simbi. Who is a number 4 on the ticket. I am a mother of 2 little girls. One is 17 months old and one is 7 years old. And so we would really love for you to support us. We are running for a party as a voice for the voiceless, not only for people with disabilities, but also for the elderly and for refugees and the marginalized people in the community. So we're really seeking for your support. Election is on the 17th of March next year. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and enjoy tonight. And thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Jason.
That's a present for Carolyn from Esther. Okay, that was wonderful. Thank you so much, Esther, for taking your time to come and talk to us, to come and congratulate Carolyn. You know, she calls you sister, so you have no option. So, in this house tonight, we also have the leaders of the Kenyan community, the community that Carolyn belongs to. So, I'll invite the men's rep of the Kenyan community, Mr. Solomon Wahome, to come and congratulate the graduate.
Thank you for that. I'm quite surprised. I didn't know I would be in the list to talk to Carolyn. And let me say thanks for everyone for turning up, and thank you, Caroline, for inviting us today. We would like to, I know it's not easy to complete what you've done. It's a big task, and to do that, finish what you started. It's a fantastic effort, and we really thank you for that. As you continue, moving from here, now that you've finished your studies, we wish you all the best. Take care of yourself. Next is called PhD, and when you talk about PhD, we say for what you need in life, it's a prayer, honesty, and dedication in what you're going to do in life. So work hard, focus, and all the best in everything that you're hoping to achieve. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wahome, Governor. Our Governor. Okay, I'll get this opportunity to get a congratulations message from Carolyn's best friend, Sarah.
Hello, everybody. I didn't know I was going to be talking today, but I'll never lack words, anything to say about my friend Caroline. I'm very proud of you this evening. I met Caroline a few years ago. We went to Flinders University together, and we were placed at the same hospital, I think in second year, and that's where I really got to learn how great a woman Caroline is. she's that kind of a friend who will text you to ask you, oh, the lecturer is here, where are you? I can't see you. You know, the meeting has started, where are you? So I've known her as a very responsible, hardworking, strict. She might be soft-spoken, but don't let that fool you. She's very strict, focused, and I'm very proud of you. You've come a long way. And as an international student, the hassles, you know, having to struggle between work and school, but you still had time to give back to the community. And that has always inspired me, and I hope that continues. I wish you all the best in all your future endeavors.
Okay, let's just enjoy some dinner. Let's go to the through these yellow doors or orange doors. I'm not sure with colors. There is some nice dinner there. And there are people who are going to help us with the choices.
Mkolo Bilanga. Balomba Kipamba. Kongo na gaidi yanzi. Bayaki na masasi kasi bakoki koboma ngai te. Chakanga waya. The big boss. Toshukuru na kazi ya Lesi Wenyika.
Sasa Dr. Tawanda. Sinawe.
Kuripa, kugara. Tichibadar wa kurara. Yoka kuelela ya Ango eti. Mkolo Bilanga. Minzwa Carolyn Omenda. Babu Makadianzi na masasi te. Dr. Tawanda na Zimbabwe. Ango eti pita. Dr. Tawanda. Jason Mizi. Mamoya ipapo. Zeta Pinga. Carolyn Omenda. Rafiki wa kweli. Toshukuru kazi ya Lesi Wenyika. Ekoloba.
Asante sana Jason. Hebu sasa na tubanjuke.
Anasegala mwana bibe mwana Dr. Tawanda.
Dr. Tawanda na Botswana.
Tofana te mwana Kongo na Tawanda. Jason Mizi baute.
Sitarangu Jason Mizi mama. Ndinova Zimbabwe kumanika lendi. Guyera Murambira munyika yashe makumbe. Sabukuti makumbe. Kana kuti zeta. Chikoro di makumbe. Chikombo chinyama demo. Muzasibe komo kombe. Wizindi nyaurungu. Hey! Tubanjuke. Tushereke. Mukolo Bilanga. Kuripa kugara.
BMC number 1. Tucheze.
Babo Makadianzi na masasi te. Adelaide Zimbabwe kuchatamba Jerusalema. Adelaide Zimbabwe kuchatamba Jerusalema. Kuva kupepi kushika kume uboni. Toshukuru kazi ya Lesi Wenyika. Kushika kume uboni. Ekoloba.
Zimbabwe kuchatamba Jerusalema. Kuva kuharare kushika Bulawayo.
Dr. Tawanda na Zimbabwe. ane kubva kumasvingo kusvika kwoutare. Imi makenya muchatamba Jerusalema, kubva kuNairobi kusvika kuna rafiki wa kweli na kuheshimu. Muchatamba Unity's power. Pacific Wonderful, the big boss, Jerusalema. Adelaide mazimbabwe muchatamba Jerusalema. Ona kubva kubebi kusvika kumeungoni. Siwa Chivas, Conrad Mwanza, Strive Masiwa. Thank you so much. Yelela, yeledisusu, epela. Mudara Maboko. Ona imi mazimbabwe muchatamba Jerusalema. Dr. Tawanda watatamba Jerusalema. Kasa Big Boss, Carolyn Joffrey watatamba Jerusalema. Adelaide watatamba Jerusalema. Louis Musema.
Oscar Production. Church person.
Kenyan music. So we are going to have the deputy mayor, now that we've welcomed the graduate, the deputy mayor is going to go up and officially congratulate the graduates.
So for those who weren't here earlier, I'm Janet Byram and I am the Deputy Mayor of the City of Marion. So welcome everybody. And Carolyn, we really want to congratulate you. Thank you. So Carolyn, we really want to congratulate you. This is an achievement. You have done so well and we are so proud of you. And so on behalf of the Mayor and all councillors, we really do congratulate you from the City of Marion. So well done.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor. We have got the congratulations they are just pouring. I'll get Carolyn's little sister who is going to sing for Carolyn.
Praise the Lord. Tehillah Adonai.
shadows come, and why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, our constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. Thank you.
Do you want some more? Do you want some more? If you want a nicer Fablo, clap your hands. I want some more.
So the next song I'm doing is You're All I Need to Get By, which is by Aretha Franklin. So if you know it, join in. You're all I need to get by. 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 As long as I got you, then baby, you know that you got me. Oh, 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 no, yeah. also a cappella, so I hope you enjoy. Oh, how I wish I could sing like an angel. I'd sing here, ooh, so high and sweet. Oh, if I had the voice of an angel, I'd be singing that sweet child asleep. Oh, how I wish I had wings like an angel. Oh, shining with glory bright. Oh, if I had the wings of an angel, I'd be rocking that sweet child asleep. Thank you very much, and I'd just like to say a formal congratulations to Caroline, who's graduated. So thank you and congratulations.
I'll get this opportunity to get a congratulation showers from the chairperson of the Kenyan community of South Australia, CASA.
Hello everyone, my name is Deborah Kalei and I'm the Vice President of the Kenya Association of South Australia, and I'm here to represent the Vice President, Mr. John Gatia. Now just before I begin with the speech that John wrote to present today, I just want to congratulate Caroline on her achievement, and we just hope that everything goes well for you. We pray that you do well and you go as far as you can with your career, and we are here to support you and give you all the support we can in everything you're doing. Okay, to begin with, the speech from John Gatia, the Deputy Mayor, White Ribbon Ambassador, the Divine Orchestra Music Ministry, the Chairperson, and other dignitaries, Carolyn Omenda, and other graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a pleasure to be here and celebrate the achievements of Carolyn Omenda. May I, at the onset, take this opportunity on behalf of the CASA Executive Committee and the Kenyans in South Australia to congratulate you, Caroline, and other graduates here tonight on your achievements and taking your knowledge to a higher level. May I point out that CASA is dedicated to the welfare of our student and youth community, and we are always willing to assist in any way possible to empower our youth, hence our presence here tonight. The youth are pertinent to the success of our community, and hence, empowering them is one of our major focus. For this to happen, it will be paramount that we have an open and honest communication that will foster and empower the young people, because they are the leaders of tomorrow. My team is dedicated to ensuring that we succeed in this area. So please ensure that you engage with CASA, and together we will do great things. There is an adage which says, knowledge is power, and that is true to some extent. For if we have knowledge and we do not put it to good use, then it is of no consequence. Hence I say knowledge is power only when it's put into action. I have no doubt in my mind that Caroline, you will put into action what you have learned. My intention tonight is to share with you some insights and success that are relevant and pertinent to the reason we are here tonight. Tonight we are celebrating the achievements that have been in the making for quite a few years. I'm always curious to understand what causes some people to succeed and others not to. My friends, there is a formula to success, and anyone who follows the formula, as Carolyn and other graduates have tonight, is bound to achieve success. So let's first define what success is. The best definition I know of success is that success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal, a worthy ideal, whatever that ideal may be for you. The importance and essence of dreams and goals. It has been said that big dreams have the power to move a man's soul. Big dreams drive us to do things we would never have done if we had lesser dreams. In many ways, big dreams pull us through the obstacles we are certain to encounter in pursuit or en route to our dreams. There are numerous examples of people who have achieved tremendous things in life as a result of the dreams they've had. For example, for many years, it was believed that no man would run the mile in under 4 minutes. Then Roger Bannister in May of 1954, and only 2 years after making the decision to achieve his dream of becoming the first man to run the mile in under 4 minutes, achieved this dream. Or John F. Kennedy's dream and ambition of putting a man on the moon. He appealed to Congress in 1961 seeking support for an ambitious space project to get man on the moon within a decade. This feat was achieved in 1969 by Neil Armstrong. Or a Nelson Mandela who endured 27 years of incarceration for the dream of a free South Africa. Here's what Mandela had to say. In defense during his trial, I have fought against white domination. I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if need be, it is an ideal for which I'm prepared to die. That to me is true commitment and real passion for one's dream. Martin Luther King dreamt of a country free of prejudice and injustice. Mother Teresa dreamt of eliminating suffering and poverty for those persons nobody was prepared to look after. Bill Gates dreamt of a world in which every home has a computer that is connected to the internet. Carolyn and other graduates here tonight, what are your dreams? What do you truly desire? Follow your dreams and do not ever allow anyone or any circumstances to stop you. Ladies and gentlemen, what if your dreams were to come true? What if you could live in a richer and more prosperous life? What if you could have the resources to allow you to do the things you truly desire? Carolyn, I want to once again congratulate you on your accomplishment, on taking your knowledge to another level. I'm certain you will do exceptionally well in your endeavor. May I also reiterate the importance of young adults and CASA engaging for the common good of all, to ensure that we empower our youth. Let us all be reminded that the original meaning of the word desire is of the Father, which is to mean, if we have a desire inherently in us, there is a way to accomplish that desire. Although we do not know how, we are channeled through which that desire is fulfilled. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us all take the courage to have a vision, to follow our dreams, to make a society a better place tomorrow than it is today, to give more, to contribute more, to truly express love through what we do. Thank you. Have a good night.
That was the Kenyan Community Association president. I'll get Carolyn's father to shower us with some congratulations.
Thank you, the Deputy Mayor of Marion City. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen who have come to be here this late hour to congratulate actually my sister. Carolyn is related to me in a special way. As I explained to the Deputy Mayor, we are all from the same place. My name is Sam Okelo, I should start by saying that. So we are all from the same place and we belong to a certain cultural group which insists that anybody who is around that area is related in blood. And when there is an achievement by any of us, we really are proud about that. So I would like to take this opportunity tonight, to congratulate Caroline for what she has done. Caroline has done a wonderful job because she has also demonstrated the fact that you can go up the stairs while chewing the gum. Caroline has studied her nursing and she has done a lot in the community. In fact, the first time I met her was in the community. It's not like the people who come and say, I must only concentrate on my books. She has diversified, has made a lot of network in the community. The deputy mayor is with her, everybody else is with her. And on top of that, she has managed to get a degree in the shortest time possible. What I would like to tell Caroline is that she has broken the ceiling, as they say, but the roof is still there. After the roof, there's still the sky to reach. So do not relax. Don't relax. Have the same strength. Go ahead, achieve higher, and encourage all the young people in the community. I support what the Deputy President said on behalf of the President. There's a lot of things to be said. And most of us, when we come here, we sort of get lost. You know, we get excited by the good life that we find here, and then we forget what brought us here. I'd really like to congratulate Caroline for doing her best and displaying her talent. Now it is how you use that talent that will matter. Because, as she said, knowledge is not useful unless it is communicated to others, unless people see that you display that knowledge. The only way you can display the knowledge is to use it. And it will be better if you use it for the betterment of the community and the people that you left behind. That's all I have to say. That's a small message for you, for your congratulations and Christmas. Nice to have you as a sister.
Okay, I will get this opportunity to get Caroline's mother to close the speech.
Yeah. But I wanted to say a massive congratulations. Oh wow, she is a huge contributor, and she's done all of this in record time, and just super proud. It was fantastic to see her at the graduation this week. And I also want to say a massive thank you to Jason and the community, because this is really, really special. And her mother can't be here to actually present her today, and this is exactly what she'd want. A little bit over the top, just to say how amazing she is. So can we give the community and Jason a round of applause? And I want to congratulate her absolutely on the fact that she made the decision to do this. And that's what I want to speak to you today about, making decisions. At this time of the year, we have to make so many decisions, like we had to decide what we're going to make for Christmas Day, what we're going to wear, how we're going to do our hair, who's coming for Christmas lunch. And just around the corner, just a week away, is New Year's Eve. And on New Year's Eve, we traditionally use that time to make New Year's resolutions, yes? So all of that is about making decisions. And Carolyn made the decision to step up and actually graduate. The word decision actually comes from the word cut. So to make a decision is to cut off all other choices, yes? And no other story embodies this rather than the story of Hernan Cortez, who actually left from Spain to Mexico with 500 soldiers, 100 sailors, 11 ships and 19 horses. And he was going to come from Spain to Mexico and conquer Mexico. Well, when he got there, he realised he was vastly outnumbered and there was just no way they were going to win. So he made a decision. He made a decision to burn the boats. So they had no other option. They had to fight and win, or they would fight and die. That's pretty harsh, isn't it? Burning the boats, so there's no escape. But that's what we need to do. We need to burn the boats that are in our hearts and our minds. We need to make those decisions and we need to move forward, and that's exactly what you've done, and I congratulate you for that. So I had to make some hard decisions in my life as well, but I just know that when you make the decision, it's like the universe steps in and supports you. In fact, research actually supports that if you make a decision, your psychological immune system steps in to support you. Now, I'll speak to the ladies in the room now. This is slightly inappropriate, but I'm going to say it anyway. When you were dating a man whilst you were single, if he picked his nose, you would have gone, there's no way I'm going to be with this man. But isn't it funny that when you marry a man and he does that, you go, well, he's got so many other wonderful qualities, it's okay, right? That's actually the psychological immune system kicking in to protect you from other decisions, okay? So we all know it does exist. So the challenge is if you don't make the decision, that psychological immune system does not kick in, and you're left there pondering all of the other choices that you could have made. So my burning of the boats happened one cool September night in 2011, when I came home from a birthday party to discover that my baby boy of 17 years old had committed suicide. He didn't leave a note. There was no reason why. Just a mystery. That night, as I said my goodbyes before they took his body away, I told him that I forgave him for his choice and that I loved him regardless. Later on that night, while the police were making inquiries, I remember sitting with my feet tucked in underneath my legs and just staring at my giant cup of coffee now going cold. And I said, I thought I was saying it to myself, but I said it out loud. I said, I'm not just going to survive this, I'm going to thrive through this. I had burnt my boats, I had made a decision. At that point in time, I had no idea what thriving looked like, but I'd made a decision that I was going to thrive. Now, 6 years later, I'm really proud to say that I've made some fantastic decisions. I made a decision not to live with clutter, and I've overcome a debilitating hoarding disorder. I've moved through OCD and are out the other side, and it's manageable. I became a vegetarian and I've lost 17 kilos, and the thing that I'm most proud of is that after a 30-year addiction to alcohol, I've been sober for 2 years. So on that night that my son passed away, I had no idea how I was going to achieve the life that I wanted to live, and I didn't really realise how stuffed up my life really was until I started to have a close look at it. The next day, after my son passed away, I grabbed a journal with some spirals in it and I started writing down. I wrote down every single thing that I was grateful for, and I almost filled the book. Isn't that amazing? 24 hours after my son passed away, I was still able to write down so many things I was grateful for. The next list I wrote was a list of how I would like my life to be. I had this grand vision of what I would like my life to be. And then the next list was a massive list of all the things that needed to change. Yes, and I'm still working through those changes. But I'm very proud to say that I'm out the other side. Yeah? So I have some things to share with you today about making decisions. And one of them is to start with forgiveness. And mostly we need to forgive ourselves. Yeah? And, it's important to start with forgiveness. The next thing is gratitude. Like just writing that list of everything that I was grateful for, that's made a massive difference in my life. And I always reach to forgiveness and gratitude whenever anything's just not going 100% the right way. Yeah? So if you're anything like me, when you've got to make a decision, you want to know everything about the decision. Like if it's just going to be what am I going to wear, you just want to know the weather and what the occasion is. But when you're choosing a career path, you've got 1,000 questions. When you're choosing a house or a husband or a wife, you've got 1,000 questions. The challenge is once we start asking lots of questions, we sort of get down the rabbit hole, we don't come back. So what I would do is when you're faced with making a decision, small or large, is just say, once I know X, Y, and Z, I'll make the decision, rather than just keep looking, yeah? So just get that criteria rather short, yeah? The other thing is, when you make a decision, you want to make sure that you don't have too many choices. So there's a paradox around choices, and we would think, as humans, it would be great to have this many choices to make a choice from, but have you ever gone to a restaurant and they've got like 100 things on the menu and you're still sitting there an hour later and you haven't made up your mind? Yeah? Humans work better when we've got 2 or 3 choices to make. So narrow down your choices, yes? And the last thing would be burn your boats. Make that decision. Cut that off and don't have those other choices, and remember that psychological immune system will kick in and support you. My name is Charlene Lynch. I'm a mindset coach, and I work with people on a one-on-one basis, and also I run workshops. You can see me on YouTube, LinkedIn and Facebook, all under my name, Charlene Lynch. And I'm about helping people change the way they see adversity with tools and techniques to create a life that thrives. Thank you very much.
Okay, good people, make some noise for the amazing brothers from Indonesia. They play a certain unique instrument. If you listen to it, you can start sleeping right here. It makes you sleep. You should have brought a blanket to pick me. So, I'm not sure I would be able to talk about it. What is the name of this instrument, say?
The instrument name Angklung. A-N-G-K-L-U-N-G. Angklung. Too easy to pronounce is like put 3 A in the front and 3 O in the middle. Angklung. Easy to remember. Yeah.
dedicate this song especially for Carolyn. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. That was a great performance, great song in dedication of the graduation. Let's all come to the front and see the official cake cutting ceremony.
Modahanila Adonai, how am to Tehila Adonai. I belong to Jesus. I belong to Him.
Machuzi, no way, keep Fujika, no, I am Machuzi.
special part of the party. It's called the champagne popping. Can we all come to the front and dance? There is someone who's gonna lead us into the dance. It was Diri. Let's come. Everyone. So, good people, what I want to tell you is, Carolyn is a big musician. The best from Kenya and Australia. From Perth to Sydney, others follow. So we are going to dance to her music that she recorded. And to lead us into that dancing is, make some noise for Iti Waziri from Tanzania. So you are going to see something that you have never seen here. Something that you have never seen, something new.
You go like this, you're gonna go this way. So you're gonna listen for 5 minutes or a second and keep it in hand. And I said, now I'm gonna go like this. Put it. Hey DJ, are you ready for that? We follow sleep here. Okay, everybody, you know when you dance sometimes pretend like you don't want to watch you, okay? Don't feel shy, don't feel boring, don't scare. We don't bite the people. We are here for dancing. Okay? Pretend like no one watches you. Awesome. Okay, DJ, we're gonna pass this microphone. We don't need anymore. We're gonna shake the booty. Now the time to shake the booty. Shake. DJ.
So, you see where it is now? It's going here. Sky, they want to see someone passing through this level. Can you come and say something? Because it's difficult, but it's going to happen. Can you come and say something?
I'm sure that you'll be able to get down that way. But I'm sure that it's only my agility. No, I wouldn't get down to the first one. But I'm sure that Eddie is going to be fantastic at going under there. But before he does, I'm going to just let you know that I've got some tickets here. I just got last chance for my raffle tickets, and then we'll draw the raffle as soon as Eddie has gone under that. How's that sound?
Yes.
Okay, so come and see me down the back there while Eddie's performing, and I'll just get those last opportunity for raffle tickets, and then we'll draw the raffle. Have fun!
So, Carolyn will continue to sing a last song that she recorded this year.
Sure is.
Yes.
Yeah.
champagne popping ceremony. I'll invite the Pacific Wardrobe director to come to the stage. I'll invite Finweb director to come to the stage. Pipin. I will also invite the deputy mayor to come to the champagne popping ceremony. And I will invite Charlene. Let's go to the stage and pop the champagne and share it with everyone. To lead us into that is the director of Pacific Wardrobe, Mr. Methody. So we have the director of Pacific Wardrobe, Mr. Method, leading us into popping the champagne. Can I have the director of Nokutenda to come forward for the champagne popping? Mr. Kuzi. Okay. So the champagne popping. Can you come here, Carolyn, somewhere there?
All right. Very privileged to be up here to acknowledge a graduate who's been in a class of her own. This is when the education begins. You know, after you graduate, that's when you start the real education. And may all the education or may all the knowledge go into your head, like what this wine is going to do to us, all of us. You know what I mean? And may I propose a toast, ladies and gentlemen, to this wonderful lady here who's chosen a great path in life. When you get a good education, you set yourself up for wonderful things. And my only advice to you is find yourself good mentors, surround yourself with good people that know what they're doing in the trade, and learn that quickly. Set aside some good money and move on to go into set up a business. Do something with your knowledge. Empower a community, you know, set up something, employ people, give them a wage so that they can, you know, then go on to raise their families, buy houses and all that. That will make our community better. You know what I mean? And being a lady, they always say if you educate a woman, you've educated a community. So we are in good state tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is a perfect place to be. So appreciate your efforts and well done. Congratulations. And we're going to pop this for you.
Sarah, can you come and join us? Sarah.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're here! Oh, yeah,